No one brings a gun to a protest, then resists arrest if they're there peacefully.
I just seen that video of that man that he played a game today and he lost. All I know is I don't care what I did. I don't care what I'm accused of. I don't care if I look like someone that just committed multiple one, if any, multiple officers. Really, it only takes one, but let's just say, for the sake of argument, one officer pulls up to my car. He says, "Get out the car. I'm getting out."
That's true. Again, hearts out to this man and his family. I think everyone should have the right to be alive. Again, there's certain protocols. There's law enforcers who are doing their job. The best thing you can do is respect the law enforcer. Don't try to provoke them. Don't try to get under their skin. Don't try to say, hey, I got my own rights. Just follow what they're saying to live another day. How about that? Hey, you need me to get out? Hey, what you need, sir? My hands are right here. My hands are up here. You doing that? You showing that respect to them? Your whole situation gonna change. This person is doing their job. They have a uniform on. This is not a normal bystander, normal citizen. Say, okay, I'm gonna respect you, sir. It's a respect thing. And then you don't get yourself in that trouble. If you're showing that off for nothing but respect, then you can say, hey, okay, now I'm out of the officer's hands. I can go back to my peaceful protest. You can avoid all these problems if you just show another person respect, especially a law enforcer, someone with the gun on. You want to try to take on it and think you all big and bad, all you're going to do is cause problems for yourself. I know my rights. I know what I'm supposed to do. I know I can carry it. No, you're a threat. You're seen as yourself as a threat. And if you want to be that type of person, they're showing you time and time again, it's not going to end well for you. Be smart here. Be smart. Show respect. Hey, okay, you the man. This is your time. You doing your job. I'm here to respect you. I want to get out of this here alive. I want to go home to my family. I want to live to see another day. So if you're thinking that's too much for you, that's on you. That's on you. That's on you.
Take an argument. One officer pulls up to my car. He says, "Get out the car. I'm getting out." Getting out, hands up. It is what it is. You know, we can handle this situation. I'm calm, even though I know I didn't do anything. Whatever. If I'm on the street and there are one, two, three, four, five, when you're. Everyone knows when you're getting not necessarily either jumped or multiple people on your back. Like, when there's a crowd around you. Let's not
Read in the room. Read in the room. Like, damn. Looking out your periphery, feeling like, hey, something else is going on. This is not a normal situation. Am I the problem here? This is not a one-on-one thing. I have a multiple officers who are in my face who are talking to me. And you feel like, hey, I'm so big and bad and tough. I'm not gonna change. I'm not gonna go down that way. You're not thinking smart here. Again, wish he was alive, wish this didn't end the way it did, but you gotta be smart. If you causing a disturbance where you have multiple officers, multiple law enforcement around you, who's the problem now? This is not a one-on-one thing. This is multiple people seeing something is wrong here. Same with Renee. Good. She should still be here. But she had multiple law enforcers out there that were trying to calm her down, trying to tell her to stop, multiple people telling you something, telling something's wrong. It's not just that one person who you have a problem with. It's not a one-on-one case. These are multiple people feeling like, hey, let's get around this person to make sure nothing happens and protect our brotherhood as well. They're trained to do that. They're not trained to see a situation and to let it go one-on-one. They're like, hey, okay, this is a situation over here. Let's all go over here and see if we can handle what's going on.
He was 51 years old. He knows when a goddamn crowd is around him or on him. He had about 5 officers on him at least, and he's still wobbling around trying to grab for things.
Honestly, you got to be smarter. If you're trying to resist arrest, if you're trying to fight back against multiple people, and somebody's gonna say, why would it take multiple people? Obviously, this person is a problem. That one person can do the job. If you got multiple people on any one person, something is going on with that person. I'm gonna have to call a spade a spade. There's multiple officers on the scene, multiple law enforcers, multiple whatever, trying to contain someone. That's a problem.
No, your ass should have been laid out like a $2 whore. Your ass should have been making goddamn snow angel just laid out, starfish. You should have been starfishing on that goddamn sidewalk. But no, you want to try to resist arrest, officers all around you. You think, oh, maybe I can grab something on their leg, one of their weapons, something. You played that game. Someone thought it was about to happen. Someone thought you was about to get their weapon, and now look at you.
It's like, man, is it worth it? Is it truly worth it? What are you fighting for? You losing your life. Why? ICE is not out there hurting people. They out there doing their job. You're going to risk your life for someone else who is doing their job. These people are not the one who said, hey, let's go out here and let's do this. No, they had higher orders. They're following the law. They said, hey, there are some people doing things illegally, here illegally, whatever the case may be. You guys are law enforcer. Go enforce the law. To be mad at someone else who has a job, they're doing their job. Don't be mad at somebody doing their job. They're not the one who's strategizing exactly what to do. They're following the orders. Don't be mad at the person that's following the orders. Don't go up against them. Because when it comes to them saving their life or them feel threatened or having to be on defense, they're going to fight. They're trained to protect themselves first. There's a human in that uniform as well. If they feel threatened, they're going to protect themselves at the end of the day. So if you're out there causing someone more stress on their job, causing someone to be on the defense, knowing that you're trying to be contained and you're still fighting, just why? I mean, why? How smart is that? Okay, they got me down. I'm obviously in the wrong here. I'm on the ground. Multiple people have me on the ground and I'm still fighting. How smart is that? What results can you expect from that? Oh, I'm gonna just keep fighting until they get tired and then they're gonna let me go and no. People, let's learn from this here. Respect law enforcers. Peacefully protest. And when you're trying to be detained, don't fight. Do not fight. They don't just go around just grabbing American citizens just because. You provoking them, you having them on the defense, you're doing something. They're not slamming just people on the ground just because. They're not pulling out their weapons just to pull out their weapons because you got your sign up. This is not a peaceful protest. People biting ICE officers' fingers off. Like, come on, guys.
123 Cancun. You got an early vacation. No Christmas for you this year. Do I feel bad? Hell no. Because I wouldn't do that. I would never do that. I swear. It only takes one. So you're telling me 5 or more are around me and it's just me? One, I don't even care how many people are with me. I'm not fighting the goddamn law enforcement. That's step one. So he thought he was just an army of one that could take all them. All right. Now look what happened.
In my heart of hearts, I am absolutely devastated that my country is in the position that we're in. I am very confused when this country became a place where you reach for a weapon on law enforcement and then everybody gets upset that that person gets shot.
Americans, we're on the world stage. People are looking at what's going on and wondering, what is going on with American people? There's no other citizens in no other country that's going to be fighting against law enforcement. People can't even tweet certain things without having consequences in other countries. People think that's why the American freedoms are so free. People think they can fight up against a law enforcement officer, curse him out, spit on him, taunt them, throw things at them, bite their fingers, try to take their weapons, pull out their own weapon, resist arrest against multiple officers, multiple law enforcement officers, and people think something good going to come from that. People, wake up. You're by yourself fighting 1 against 5 or 6 officers. What outcome do you expect to come from that? Literally, what outcome can you expect? You're resisting arrest. You're not the Incredible Hulk. Stop watching movies. This is not the Avengers. You don't have some superpowers.
And unfortunately killed. I don't like that happened, but I also don't like the idea that if that man had pulled his weapon out and on law enforcement and then everybody gets upset that that person gets shot and unfortunately killed. I don't like that happened, but I also don't like the idea that if that man had pulled his weapon out and opened fire on a bunch of agents who are enforcing the law of this land, that people can't be here legally without documentation and without going through the proper channels. And while I'm on that subject for one quick second, what a slap in the face to our wonderful, wonderful immigrants who have come here legally. I support immigration, but only legal immigration. I don't support open borders. So don't get me going trying to tell me that you are defending the Constitution because our law enforcement is acting out of bounds. No, you're acting out of bounds. You want open borders. That's what you're fighting for. You're not fighting for immigrants. You're fighting for people who are breaking the law. And
anyone going against someone who's doing something illegal, I know you're emotional. You get your panties all up in a bunch. You have all your great reasons and excuses why. People breaking up families. There's little kids going to school, afraid that they won't be come home and their parents going to be gone. Don't be somewhere illegal. Do things the right way. There's many people who had to wait years, had to go through all these different processes the right way. That's not fair to them. They're like, hey, okay, how can they just come over here legally and live here and I had to go through this whole entire process and do things the right way? That's not fair to them. That's not fair to the people who done the due process. There's certain ways to go about doing things. Cutting corners, skipping the line, that's what you're doing. You're skipping the line. There's people who are doing things the right way. And then they like, okay, well, they got these other Americans who saying, fighting for us. Hey, okay. And you're boosting their heads up when that's not right. You're giving them a false narrative. You're giving them a false perspective. You should be saying, hey, there's a certain process that you have to do things the right way. And you're going to feel better doing that the right way. You're going to sleep better at night. You're going to feel more fulfilled. Is it easy? I don't go through the process. I don't know. But will it be worth it? Heck yeah. You're here legally. You did things the right way, the correct way. Don't cheat. Don't cheat the system.
That is where conservatives are really upset and frustrated. And that is why the situation has become so dire, because the fight is not actually for people who are here in this country that are immigrants. The fight is for open borders.
Open borders. Ask China to open their borders. Ask Russia to open their borders. Go ahead. Don't come to America and say open your borders and cause and have other citizens at risk, having gangs come here, having mafia come here. That's why America is the land of the great, because we have protections. We enforce the law. It's at the protection of citizens. Who you think it's for? It's for the people of America. If you just open the borders and say, hey, it's a free for all, that's a recipe for disaster. That's a recipe for chaos. That's the Wild Wild West days. That's going backwards in time, not moving forward. And it won't happen. So stop it. Stop fighting for something that just won't happen. It's a detriment. You'll be putting the country back.
That's what you want. That's what you're laying your life on the line for. And that is what some people are dying for. Don't act like it's to help innocent civilians, because that's not what it is.
Right.
And I'm so sick of that rhetoric.
If you're running around with the weapon on you, be a responsible weapon owner. If you're going up against ICE, federal law enforcement agents interfering with law operations, be smart enough to announce that you have a weapon on you. Don't resist. You're going to put yourself in a fucked up predicament that you're probably not going to walk away from. And that's just fucking common sense, right? What are you doing there in the first place? These people are removing criminals from this country who shouldn't be here in the first place, who have robbed, raped, and killed. And yeah, not everybody's a bad illegal. Not
taxpayers' dollars as well. Because now you may say, how are they taking taxpayers' dollars? Now taxpayers have to spend money on ICE to get rid of illegal immigrants. We're paying for this here. You paying for this here. You paying the ICE agents checks and also fighting against them and losing your life. You pretty much paid for someone to take your life. You paid for someone to pepper spray you. You paid to be detained. Your taxpayers' dollars, you're paying for that. How smart is that? You're getting mad at some people who are enforcing the law. That's what their job as a law enforcer. If someone's doing something illegal and you mad at a law enforcer for doing their job, that's just crazy. What do you want the law enforcer to do?
illegal has committed a crime besides entering illegally, which at the end of the day is a crime, different kind of crime. But no one's at fault for this besides the bad illegals making the good illegals look bad. Blame them. At the end of the day, we don't have a way of knowing who's who and what they've done because there's no modern record keeping in these third world countries. All right. That's why you got to come in through an approved entry point, through due process coming in, not just leaving. I don't know why liberals don't understand this shit. ICE is just doing their job. They weren't invented yesterday. They've been around forever. Immigration laws have been around forever.
And many people are acting like this is just Trump. This is all Trump. Ever since Trump got into office, all this has started. When Obama deported over 3 million illegal immigrants, Trump has deported less than 1 million. People acting like this has just started happening this year. This has been around, and other countries follow the same process. You can't just go to another country and say, hey, I like what you guys got going on over here. I'm going to come over here illegally and stay here illegally. No country where you can do that. This is something worldwide. It's for the protections of the people of that country. It's what the citizens of each country pay for. That's why they pay those taxes, to have law enforcers enforce the law, to keep the bad guys out. If you're just going to say, hey, let's just let everybody in, no telling what that person did in their former country, now they're going to come over here. And what you expect and think they're going to do here. Oh, they're going to be great citizens. Now they got a new chance. No, they're going to do exactly what they did over there and come cause havoc over here. And Smart Americans are like, no, 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 no. If someone that's an immigrant want to come over here and do it the right way, and we can document them and know what's going on, so we can hold that person accountable, so that person can also pay taxes and not be paid under the table and keep all the money that they earn when other Americans are working hard and have to pay taxes, it's just not right. And that's why certain things are in place.